Lion Chima, please, if you're online, please connect. Okay, I think we're getting it right now.
God.
Okay,
I'm so
thank
sorry,
God.
everyone.
It's
I am
okay.
so sorry. Very. Can you see me clearly?
Yeah, yeah, I can see you.
I am not seeing you very clearly. Or should I turn it this way?
If you can hear me, that's enough.
I am sorry, Chimezie. And everyone online, I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
How many minutes late are we?
We are
33 minutes. My
we are
word.
33 minutes behind the time.
I'm so sorry. I can see. How many people do we have online?
I don't know. A lot of them has gone off, so just we'll have to wait a little.
A
Okay.
lot of people have gone off. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
I don't know what happened. Seriously, I don't know what happened. I had no network issue anymore, but I just don't know what happened. You have so many of the videos on. I was clicking on them and I found out it's real. Click again is real until I just found this now. Technology. I'm so sorry,
It's okay.
babe. Just
That's
calm
fine.
down.
Yeah,
I
it's okay.
can't even see
So
anybody online. Are
we
you
have
seeing anybody online?
not yet. We had more than 6, 7 persons before. And you weren't
Wait,
forthcoming, so I had to
how many people do we
disconnect.
have now? How many are we now?
We just have one person. Anyway, it's cool. We can before we finish the introduction, I think we may have people join us.
I'm so sorry. Very, very sorry.
Okay, we have about 5 persons, so we can start.
Can I
That's
apologize to
that's
everyone first?
yeah, it's
Oh
okay.
my.
All
I'm
right.
so sorry, everyone. Very, very sorry.
Is that your MBC network? Marry where there is network, you no go gree.
Don't worry, we dey wait for you. May I see where you go marry and get network? We go see.
My own, they will match the mask there. You don't get what I mean? So it's okay. Okay, so we really need to start. So thank you for joining us. You can hear me, am I right?
Clearly, everyone can hear me.
Okay. Okay, please, if you're online and you can hear us clearly, please let us see that on the comment section. We're about to start. We have been waiting for this time. Good evening from Benue State. Emmanuel Abba, thank you for joining us. Okay, please permit me to introduce to you my first guest. This is Diabetes Talk series with Chimezie. This is the first of its kind. I have this vision for a very long time, for more than 7 years now, and I have been waiting for the right time to do it. And lucky enough, my friend, I've known for almost 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. She agreed to be my first guest. She has been a very powerful global diabetes advocate. I was telling somebody yesterday that Lion Chima, if she is having a good time with the husband and she's called upon that somebody is having one complication or the other as a result of diabetes, she will quickly abandon the husband and attend to that. That's the passion. So it is a pleasure to have you. You have been an inspiration. So, everyone listening to us, I would like to introduce my friend. I call her a friend because we are no longer we have known each other for quite a number of years, but we have not seen physically. Yeah. So, but we still connect. Even while we speak over the phone, we still connect like we have seen each other. So that is, I'm so glad to have you in my life, and I'm also glad to fulfill this purpose with you and to
Is
have
it?
you as my first guest. So, Lion Chima is a 55 years old wife and the mother of 5 beautiful, amazing daughters. She's an entrepreneur entrepreneur, chairman, and chief executive officer of Chima Ventures Limited. And she is well known for her humanitarian activities with Diabetes and Limb Salvage Foundation. She is also a founder and CEO of Nigeria Rescue Resource Services. Lion Chima is also the managing director, CEO of OVL Foods Enterprise. Currently, she is the chairperson of District 404A3 Diabetes Awareness and Action Project 2023 to 2024. Also, currently an administrator and a club membership chairman for Bagada Hospital, General Hospital, Lions Club. She is also a member of multiple districts 404 Diabetes Awareness and Action Projects. She was a member of Diabetes Ambassadors of District 404A1 Diabetes Awareness and Action Project 2019 to 2020. She was once the past president of Bagada General Hospital Lions Club. She chaired that club for almost 2 years, and she is also a passionate international NCD advocate, especially for people living with diabetes, hypertension, and sickle cell. Lion Chima has also been a member of International Diabetes Federation. She has been a spokesperson for Nigerian World Diabetes Day, November 2014, and November 14, 2013. 2023, I'm sorry about that. She is a one-time IDF nominating Nigeria to disseminate a press release on World Diabetes Day. She has a lot of profile, if I continue to read it, maybe the next 2 hours we won't leave here. She's also President, Diabetes Association of Nigeria, Bagada branch till date. She is a member of International Diabetes Federation Blue Circle Voices Network, which is the umbrella of that organization is International Diabetes Federation. So due to her work, she has facilitated a lot of WHO in conjunction with IGF, a lot of their projects. She has been a panelist. She has been a keynote listener. She has, she has been a member of so many wonderful organizations. She is also a person that believes in giving life to another person. So thereby, she constantly transfuse blood. So and she will tell us other things about her with her journey with diabetes. And like I said earlier, Lion Chima, I'm privileged to have you as my first guest. I've always wanted to do this for a very long time. I still remember your encouragement, and the last time we had this talk last month, you said, "Girl, this is the time to do this." And I know that I've been the one delaying this, but God laid it as a burden in my heart to kickstart this. So I'm so glad that I'm doing this first diabetes talk series with Chimezie. I'm so glad you are my first guest. Diabetes has really connected me to a lot of wonderful people. Yeah, I will take my time to make the announcement that people following me on Facebook, my friends, people, family, I'll take my time, make a video about who I am in my works and what's brought me into my work with diabetes. I will take my time and do that. But for now, let's just dive into the reason why we're here today. We really want to demystify diabetes. And I am very, very sure that Lion Chima is, if there is one person that can demystify diabetes, Lion Chima is that person. So Lion Chima, you are highly welcome.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome,
much.
ma.
I was
Thank
just
you.
laughing because you were just like playing music with with the way you were. I was listening. Thank you very much. I feel really honored, and I want to apologize to everyone again that this happened late. I feel I just guess it's part of the pitfall you have for such a
Oh
great
yeah,
history making. This is history
yeah,
making.
yeah.
I apologize sincerely. Like you can see, I'm in the
That's
village.
okay.
It was
I
unplanned.
guess.
I am in the village, and my network is pretty interesting. You don't want to know where I
Thank you.
am doing this. You can see behind me.
Yeah, yeah. That's okay, ma. That's fine. You're welcome, ma.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you
So,
very much.
um, yeah, I've done a little introduction. I know I skipped a lot of things because your profile is examination, you know. So, I would like you to. We have a lot of people listening to us, and so many other persons that will listen to this broadcast after now. Uh, I would like you to share your journey with diabetes, and when you were diagnosed. I know on on a personal note that you have been living with diabetes. So I would like you to tell us your journey with diabetes and when you were diagnosed.
Okay. Thank you. My journey, I wouldn't say my journey with diabetes started with me. It started with my parents who lived with diabetes
Okay.
and also passed on with a complication. I managed them, but I never knew that a young person like me can come down with diabetes.
Okay.
So my first experience was when I was pregnant with my second daughter. I have five beautiful daughters, like you rightly said. So the
Yeah.
pregnancy of my second daughter was when I had gestational diabetes at the second trimester, and that was my first experience. First time I was hearing of it, I never knew what was gestational diabetes.
Okay.
And I was educated about it. And I was informed that it's a kind of diabetes you have when you are pregnant and it goes away. And of a truth,
Okay.
I was managed and it went away and I started living my life. So with the third pregnancy, it came back again.
Mm.
And also it disappeared after I delivered and I continued my life. But after about 6 months of my post delivery, I had a discomfort in my body. I had to go to the hospital, and lo and behold, that was when I was told that now I have a elevated sugar and I should go and see a specialist. I was referred to a endocrinologist, and that was the first time I was hearing of that word too,
Yeah.
endocrinologist, specialist of diabetes. So it was him that now diagnosed me of type 2 diabetes. And I was made to understand that when you have gestational more than once, and if you don't do everything within your power, like I know now, you will come down in future with it because
Okay.
I had two gestational. So that was how my journey, that was how I was diagnosed, and I was 35 then and my
Okay.
daughter was 6 months. My daughter is she's 20. She's gonna be 20 years this year. And
Oh,
you know, diabetes,
really?
you have to add plus minus your journey. So that's how I'm living with diabetes for 24 years now.
Okay. Okay. So, for how long have you been living with diabetes, ma?
24 years. 24 years. But if
So
you,
it's
according to the scientists, yeah, they said plus minus before you were ever had an experience, you are 3 years to that. So if you do that, that means before I got married, I was already, diabetes was already showing itself in my system. I just didn't know. So maybe I
okay.
was insulin resistant. I don't know. So, but my first experience was gestational. So
Okay.
24 years.
24 good solid years. That's
Yeah,
a quite
beautiful
number of.
years.
Oh, yeah. So, I know that many people online today, or even the ones that will watch this clip later, many may not know what diabetes is all about, you know. And I know also that living with diabetes is just like maybe if you are living with malaria, it comes with its own challenges. So, as a person living with diabetes, what are the biggest or some of the challenges you have faced while living with diabetes?
Ah, the biggest I have lived with it was inconsistent bladder.
Oh,
That's
okay.
horrible. That's part of
Please,
complications. Inconsistent
okay.
bladder movement. Yeah. So when you are not in control, because I did diabetes journey with me and with a lot of people is a continuous. You keep learning, and thank God there are more researchers. So I didn't when I was diagnosed, I felt I was being managed well. I didn't know I wasn't managed well because you have to understand your
Okay.
drugs and your food. So there was one of the complications I had where my glucose was not doing very well, not having very good control, was you have to go to toilets m- more than you want to, and then before you get to the toilet, you have already messed yourself up. That's what we call inconsistent. You're not able to control your bladder at that point in time. That's the most troubling point I had or I experienced. But thank God that has been gotten rid of, because as I got to know how to control, how to manage myself with my glucose and my diet and exercise, that is no longer a story. So that is a history. But I experienced, and that was the most horrible time. And it happened at the airport. And
Oh,
how did it happen? Yeah, international airport. I went to pick my husband, and before he could come, my bowel moved. I mean, my bladder needed. I needed to ease myself. So I got to the toilet for the female, and I was told it was locked. Your
mm.
brain, once your brain sees, yeah, that's one thing with diabetes, when you don't have that control. So once the brain sees the toilet, your bladder gives way.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw the toilet, I saw the female toilet. Lo and behold, they say it was locked and it was not in use. So before I
Mm-hmm.
could I dashed into the main toilet. I didn't care whether men were there. I just
Oh,
rushed
yeah.
in, and before I got had messed myself. International airports.
Mm.
I cried like a baby. I
Oh, yeah.
cried like a baby. But my sister, I called my other sister who was in Canada. It was a drug I took though. So which
Okay.
I was trying to lose weight. Yeah. So but I was fine. She told me one thing. She said, look, don't feel ashamed, don't feel the worst in life. The people who saw you don't know you. And even if they know you, so
Yeah.
what? So just get into the car. I had to call the car to come closer, and I just rushed into the car, and I apologized to the men I met in their bathroom. So that's the
Oh,
worst,
yeah.
and that's the
Oh,
lowest I
I'm
can.
so sorry. Sorry to hear
No,
about
you
that,
don't need to. It was an
I,
experience.
oh, yeah, yeah. I can imagine how painful that experience
Oh
was,
yeah,
but it's
with
okay.
her children, with her. My
Oh,
daughters were with
yeah.
me, so
Oh,
it was very
im-
humiliating.
very embarrassing. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Okay, so having lived with diabetes and all these experiences you have just mentioned, how do you manage your diabetes on daily basis? What are the things you do to I can see that by now, you no longer experience frequent, you know, that that embarrassment you experienced before. So how were you able to manage your diabetes and how are you still managing it? What are the things you are doing to manage your diabetes?
The it didn't start once. I didn't learn it once. It was an
Okay.
overtime process. But people diagnosed newly and would are luckier than we or I was. So
Okay.
my journey, how I've been able to manage it is I took charge. I took
Okay.
charge of my health. I learned diabetes is you first. You need to accept that you're living with a condition. You need to accept that I need to know how to eat and what is good for me. You need to have a glucometer to measure your sugar. You need to own your condition and learn everything. So I learned everything about diabetes, and my family support was key. You need your family to understand and support you, your friends or your whoever you have around you. So I had that beside me. So the journey was not once, it's not. It's not straightforward. So, and I learned how to eat. I learned how to cook right. I learned how to exercise. Because the secret today, why I was able to get rid of that inconsistent bladder was what I eat, how I
Okay.
eat it, the quantity I eat, the time I eat, and then take my drugs as at when due, the type of drugs I take. That inconsistent
Okay.
bladder that happened was a drug I took. That's
Oh, okay.
that's for it, yeah. So I took a drug because everybody was saying that was a drug that would help me lose weight, and then they were
Oh,
using in the US. Yeah, it's helping them get rid of weight
wow.
loss, and then
Wait.
you'll be in top form. Yeah, so you have to be careful what you take. So your doctor, I'm actually my doctor didn't agree I take it, but I told him I needed to
Okay.
lose weight. Yeah, that was
Okay.
why she said, okay, it's on your own. You agreed to take it. I didn't agree. So when it happened, I had to stop that. But the thing is, you need to eat right.
Okay.
You need to learn to eat right as the quantity and when you eat it. Like recently now that I'm doing a lot better than I was a year ago, and another year, 2 years, 3 years ago is
Oh,
I
yeah.
have introduced intermittent fasting. Is
Okay.
magical.
Okay.
Intermittent fasting. So you need to learn every day how to eat right, quantity, exercise, and I exercise. I'm happy and I have a good relationship with my God. That's important because diabetes can play with your mind.
Oh,
Diabetes can
yeah.
play with your emotion. It can play with your spiritual life. So when those ups and downs come, so you hold on to faith. So faith, exercise, family support, good meal, water. I take a lot of alkaline water and
Okay.
I cook right. I cook right. What I mean cook right is you should know what steaming, cooking, frying, roasting, grilling does to your body. So you
Okay.
select the one that is best for you. So more of steaming, boiling, roasting, grilling. I won't lie to you. Sometimes I fry my plantain.
I know.
I fry my
Oh,
plantain.
yeah.
So, but more of the time is I love cooking and I do that. And a lot of fruits, a lot
Okay.
of veggies. I just
Okay.
love those. And they portion. You know, our body doesn't need much. We thought our body need much. So that's what helped me. So my bladder is fantastic. And through that journey, my family was a huge support. They were
Oh,
there
yeah.
for me. They helped me clean up when I had that inconsistent bladder. They understand and my husband understood so much. So, you know, I messed up and then they will get me mop. Sometimes I can't come out of the bathroom because I've messed up my body.
Mm-hmm.
So and then they will help me to get the mop and they clean
Okay.
after. So and he wasn't judging me by it. My children understood. So that
Oh,
family
yeah.
support is key and your friend support.
Oh, that's
Very
fantastic.
important.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
fantastic. I was going to ask you, that brings me to my next question, but almost you have, done justice to it. And I was going to ask you about, I was going to say you should talk about the importance of support system in managing your diabetes. Can you please, throw more light on the type of support system you received, who and who was involved, or who and who is still involved in your journey with diabetes?
Okay. Number one is your family
Oh,
first.
yeah.
Whoever you have around you as friends, relation, guardian, you need their understanding. It may not be easy for them, but you have to carry them. Don't hide it. But the first thing is you first, as an individual that is diagnosed, have to say, well, I've been told I'm living with diabetes, not a death sentence. Tell yourself that.
Okay.
I'm going to overcome it first.
Okay.
So that's what's going
Okay.
to help you give strength to the people that are your family or your friends. Your confidence in your condition and your life is what's going to help them understand because it's going to be
Okay.
difficult for them. Okay, so you help them
Okay.
understand. So my children, my husband, my friends, my nurses, my doctor, the first encounter with the endocrinologist was beautiful. The
Okay.
doctor that
Good.
diagnosed me, oh yes, he gave me the mother's history and told me, don't be afraid. So when I
Okay.
had 3 children after, 2 more children after that, it was his encouragement. He said, don't be afraid
Okay.
to get pregnant. Don't be afraid to eat. Don't be afraid to take care of yourself. He said it's
Okay.
okay to live with diabetes. So I had that doctor support. I had the nurse's care. I had my husband. I had my children. I had my friends. Because when I was pregnant, my friends, when I am having hypo, you see that I educated everybody. Everybody became my nurse.
Okay.
Everybody became like my daughters. As they are born, I teach them how to use glucometer so that I teach them to dispense my drugs so that they feel
Okay.
comfortable. Yeah, so that they feel comfortable. So they grew up knowing that. They grew up knowing how to cook. They grew up knowing how to respond to my emergencies like hypo,
Okay.
especially
Okay.
hypo. That was more of my emergencies. And they grew up
Okay.
to have empathy and not complain.
Oh
Because
yes.
I
Oh
tell
yeah.
them I didn't ask for it, neither did my mom ask
Oh.
for it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm preventing you people for coming down with it.
Oh,
So
oh
they
yeah.
accept. Yeah. So my that is the support. You need your nursing, you need your and community too. So when I go for
Oh yeah.
exercise, I talk about it freely. So I have this
Okay.
community support. So I kept using myself to educate people and making people
Okay.
feel comfortable. So that's how
Okay.
I became the face of diabetes. So people now
Oh
come to
yeah.
me confidently. So though there's stigma out there, people stigmatize. So
We'll come to
yeah,
that. Oh yeah.
yeah. So that's the
It's
support
been a. It's been
system
a.
I had. So that's
Oh
how
yeah.
my journey became so sweet.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. They usually say nothing. You can't do away with family, and you can see that your family, they have always been there when it matters most. So I am giving a shout out to your family,
Thank
for
you.
always
Thank
being there
you.
for you.
Yeah.
And it's also good that you were able to educate your kids and your husband about diabetes. Yeah, I think I have seen most of their supports online in so many of the activities you did in the past. So I know that for sure. So thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. I know that any health challenge anyone finds himself or herself, it comes with a lot of a lot of burden. It comes with a lot of challenges that can alter your sanity, that can make you
Yeah.
lose your mind most times. So can you please tell us, have you encountered any form of, have you been challenged mentally, as a person living with diabetes? What has been your mental challenge, and how were you able to overcome that challenge?
Go
Before you
ahead.
answer that, I can see somebody in the chat that says there shouldn't be any stigma, but there is, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, I agree with her. I agree with her. So, Ma, please, can you go on? So,
Um what I that living with diabetes in this part of the world where we are
yeah,
is not an easy journey. I must tell you, it's not an easy journey. The stigma came when I was diagnosed and as a gestational mother. So I had to go to cesarean. It was elective anyway. In this
okay,
part of the world, they think that CS is not God's design for a woman. So when
unfortunately.
you have to undergo CS, people call you incomplete woman. So
Oh,
I've
yeah,
had that conversation. Yeah. So, but it's okay. I didn't. I just, I'm a very bold person and very confident. So when I had that, that's what spur. It also pushed me to become an
okay,
advocate because I saw a lot of women feeling like that, and I tell them, I am going under the knife. Don't be
yeah,
afraid. Come out of it. And people who say I'm not complete, I tell them, look, if Rebecca had knew that there was CS, she would have had CS
Mm-hmm.
so that she would leave when she had, I think, Joseph, because she died during childbirth. So CS is a life-saving thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that was one stigma. And then when I'm going to inject myself, or when I tell people I'm living with diabetes, they'll say, "God forbid, cast it out. It's a
Mm.
spiritual attack." I'm trying to make you feel, and those things it play on your mind because sometimes when you
Oh
sit,
yeah.
when you are thinking, why me? I've had those times when I
Mm-hmm.
say, why me? I wish I could just
Yeah.
be like every other person. Sometimes I just see people, they eat the way they feel like. I have to measure everything I do. I have to eat at when. I have to take these drugs. If I don't take it, I feel uncomfortable in my body. And those things come with, they play with your mind. So, but everyday education, everyday being able to overcome these obstacles, because reading, the most thing that helped me was diabetes support, diabetes association, diabetes
Okay.
association of Nigeria. That support group
Okay.
helped me to see that I wasn't alone. What I was going through wasn't peculiar to me. You
Oh yeah.
understand? And I hear other people's, I hear
Mm-hmm.
their life story, they share their life story. So that made me to say, wow, I'm not alone. So I can overcome this thing. I
Okay.
saw people with older years of living with diabetes. And I said,
Mm.
oh, that means I cannot die. I will not be damaged. Oh, so I can overcome this. And I
Okay.
still continue associating with the doctors, seeing that they were doing researches. I said, okay, so there's more research coming. That means someday they will find a cure, they will discover that this will no
Mm-hmm.
longer be a thing. So that hope helped me
Yeah.
to cope with my mental torture because living with diabetes alone is
Mm-hmm.
depressing. Is
Okay.
depressing. I can never tell anybody. But at the same time, it's a blessing to me because I
Okay.
accepted it. And that's how I accepted it, and then I started reading more. I I talked to people who stigmatize me that you don't need to do that, and I believe that there is hope. So eating right and it helps me to always see when I see one result, I will say, okay, so this food I ate is helping me, this exercise is helping me, I will do more. So I
Mm-hmm.
started getting rid of my mental torture.
Oh
Diabetes is
yeah.
depressing. When you can't drink, you can't eat like others.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can eat and
Mm-hmm.
drink like others, and I'm no longer uncomfortable. So I drink what I feel is healthy. I eat what I feel is healthy, and I have energy more than those who are not living with diabetes. So
Oh.
I won.
Oh. Okay. Honestly, that was a powerful one. That was a very powerful one. It's good that we are hearing it from the mouth of someone who has gone through that route, who is still going through that route, and you are saying it. The way you're saying it, it looks very simple and easy. So, but I know it is quite. Sometimes it can be draining, but you have really you have almost conquered David, and I'm so proud to hear that.
So let me
So
add something. Let me
I
add something. Let me
okay.
add
Yes,
something.
yes, go ahead.
Yeah. See, in the course of educating people, I found that so many people are living in a imprisonment of living with diabetes. So once you accept that you're living with it, it gives you energy to confront those who stigmatize you calmly. The nurse has told me when they saw me eating, say, but you're living with diabetes and you are eating like this. That
Mm.
is very stigmatizing. I go to the shop, they tell me, oh,
Oh
this
yeah.
food is for diabetes. That is wrong. There is no food for diabetes. You're already stigmatizing me. You're already calling me name.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is healthy eating healthy food. So whatever I eat, my family eat. Whatever my family eats, I eat. They all know how
Okay.
to, you have to know how to cook healthy. So they don't like, so stigma is everywhere. Even the government. You don't tell me I'm diabetic. You're already stigmatizing me,
Mm-hmm.
calling me I'm diabetic. I'm not. I am Mrs. Chima. I am Chima's wife. I am
Okay.
myself. I'm a sportswoman. I'm a mother. An entrepreneur. I'm an
Okay.
activist. I'm a dancer. I'm a swimmer. I'm everything. I'm an entrepreneur. So why are you labeling me diabetic person? I'm not diabetic. It's just I
Mm-hmm.
have a hormone which has gone crazy, and I'm trying to take charge of it and teach that hormone how to walk back. And that's what we are doing. So don't stigmatize me. It's like having malaria. You call me, you put a malaria stamp on my forehead. No. So that's how I will tell anybody who is diagnosed, please don't let it hold you as a prisoner. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Once you are set, you can
Yeah.
checkmate others. So that's what I
Mm.
did.
That's that's powerful. That's very powerful. Wow. I am getting value. Thank you for time. Thank you so much. Okay, so are there misconceptions about living with diabetes? If there are some misconceptions, what are they? Have you encountered any? I know you said something about to throw more light on some assumption people make about diabetes or some of the perception they have or they think about diabetes, which I know that, those things are not reality. So I would like you to address that.
Uh, there are misconceptions like thinking that diabetes is a spiritual attack. It's not a spiritual attack. Believing that diabetes, yes, believing that somebody who has diabetes is contagious. It's not contagious. Okay? And believing that
Oh,
diabetes,
yeah.
that,
Okay.
yeah, diabetes is caused by you drinking because you drink or you eat too much sugar. It's not true. Those are all myths. It's not because you eat too much sugar. That's it's not caused by the sugar you
Mm,
eat or anything of such. Yeah. Yeah. Diabetes is not because you are fat. You're
mm,
going to come down with diabetes. It has not to do with your size. Okay?
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
people who those of us who are very fat can also be predisposed to it. Yes. Instant sedentary life, yes, but it can affect anybody, big or fat. I mean, slim
Small.
or
Okay.
fat can be
Yeah.
affected. So it's a That's also a myth. It does not affect only fat people. And then
Okay.
to also think that when you have diabetes, you can't give birth to children is the lies of from the pit of hell. You can have your children. Yeah, sadly. Honest, whether it's type 1, whether it's type 2, whether it's mad, whatever type of diabetes you have, you can have your children. People should not be stigmatized. People should not be called they cannot reproduce because they are living with. You have to manage it. I have managed. I had 4 children with living with diabetes. Okay, and my children are not going to come down by God's grace with it. You understand? And you shouldn't stigmatize
Mhm.
people because they have diabetes. You won't marry them. No, no, it's wrong. I saw my friend from Indonesia telling me that, my friend from India telling me that, even in Nigeria, I met a young man, they broke his engagement because the family found out he's living with diabetes. That boy was depressed. And I told him, don't do
Mm.
that to yourself. The guy is
Yeah.
a fashion designer. I said, look, just make sure you control, because he now started feeling he has a condition that is stopping him from getting married. I said, oh boy, don't use that as an excuse. Just take care of yourself so that your kidney does not go down and enjoy your life. You understand? He was
Mm-hmm.
in his 20s then.
Yeah.
So diabetes is a myth that diabetes will affect you. Though it can affect if you don't control it, it can damage some organs in your body, but it does not mean
Okay.
you cannot reproduce. Yeah. So those
Mm.
are some of the
No.
myths that we have around. And also there's another
Okay.
myth that
Okay.
insulin is only for already a bad case of diabetes. Is a lie. Please, it's
Mm.
not true. Insulin is good for you.
Okay.
Once they diagnose you and your doctor recommend you, please take it. Okay?
Mm. Okay.
And then also, there's nothing like Once you have diabetes, a death sentence. Is a lie. It is not a death sentence. You can do anything in this life with living with diabetes. No.
Oh,
So it's not a death sentence, please. So those myths, just check it out with me. Anyone you have after now, check it out with me.
mm-hmm.
I will debunk as many. There are so many out there.
Oh, yeah. Mm. Thank you so much for
You're
that insight.
welcome.
Okay, I know you have done a lot of work, you know, as a result of a person living with diabetes. You have done many advocate work, both locally and internationally. Can you please tell us some of success stories or achievements you have as a person living with diabetes? Uh, since you were diagnosed.
There are so many of them. I volunteer for work.
Oh yeah.
The one I started with was volunteering for work, to create
Okay.
awareness about diabetes. So I used to partner with when I was young in my advocacy, I used to partner with some NGOs and I do a
Okay.
health walk for diabetes.
Okay.
Yes, nothing less than 5 kilometers. So I
Mm.
volunteer for that. So many of them, from as far back as 2011 till now, I keep
Wow. Okay.
working for diabetes. Yeah, I conduct community outreaches. I conduct screening in any
Okay.
community I found myself, and then I go to institutions, spiritual, that's churches and mosque to talk about diabetes, and I also go
Oh.
to school. I just added a new one. I go to school and management. That's the
Okay.
campaign. That's the awareness. So we have to take it to the children. When you eat right, when you exercise and make these choices early, you will not come down with diabetes. And also so
Okay.
that they don't stigmatize their friends who are living with type 1 or type 2. And they can also be of support to their parents, their aunties, their grandparents who are living with the condition. So
Mm.
capture them early. So that's one that just nearly added. And then podiatrics, that's the most successful one that I've had. The podiatrics, so I partner with some American podiatrics is a new technology of preventing amputation. Diabetes affects the limb,
Okay.
upper and lower limb. So
Okay.
people lose their leg. So because of that, I partner with some Americans. Try Dr. Gulana, my brother and my
Oh,
friend.
okay.
He's a podiatrist from the US. To start creating awareness about your limb, the right shoes to wear, the right shoes,
Oh.
how to understand the leg is the support to the whole body. So if you treat your leg well, if you are having discomfort from your organ, it shows first on your leg, because your
Okay.
limb is what that has the longest nerve from your brain to your limb. So it dies faster when it's not having
Oh,
blood
okay.
supply. So we create awareness. So
Okay.
that's the most successful one. That's the one I love most. And that's based on that my NGO started, Diabetes and Limb Salvage. And that one
Oh.
is so dear to my heart. And the people around me know about they wear the right shoe, they know about their legs, they know how they know how to take care of their legs. Anyone having discomfort,
Mm.
Mrs. Chima, I'm having this discomfort. Ingrown toes, how to take care of your legs, yeah. So
Oh
we
yeah.
conduct screening. So they come in 3 times, sometimes 3 times in a year, 4 times in a year to do foot examination for people. So I always
Oh,
look
okay.
forward to the time they come in. So I do that at least 4 times in a year. So that's very important to me. Then the community support. I love to create different support group of people living with diabetes or sickle cell, okay, or hypertension. So that support system, seeing somebody living with the condition that you're having, it helps a lot. It helps a lot to help you cope. It helps a lot to help you cope. So that
Okay.
is also part of my outreach, setting up support system.
Okay.
And
That's a good.
the outcome is beautiful. We all
Oh
become
yeah.
like a family. We love ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah.
death and in living, we love ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. It's a very wonderful thing. Okay, ma. We have been talking about diabetes, and I know people here online or those that will watch this broadcast after now, they, they may not really know what diabetes is all about. While you were talking before now, you mentioned of a type 1 diabetes, type 2 gestational diabetes, and so many other things you talked about. And on my own self, uh, while growing up, I used to hear that diabetes is big man sickness
Elderly.
and it's for old people, right? The elderly people, and it's for old people. So it's quite amazing to hear that at a very young age you were diagnosed and you have lived, very well with diabetes. So are there some what resources or tools do you recommend for someone looking to learn about diabetes? Are there some things someone that is trying to know more about living with diabetes? What are the tools? What are the sources they can source for information, know about their health, maybe support system. Like you talked about support system, Diabetes Association of Nigeria. What are the things you can recommend for someone living with diabetes?
Uh, I would have, if I had set up my website, I would have just recommended that straight. But the
Oh,
easiest would be IDF. If you go to International
okay,
Diabetes Federation, you will see free lectures there,
okay,
free online lectures you can study, and then you get to know more in case you want to prevent what to eat, how to exercise, how to live right, and how to cook
okay,
your meal. You'll see there. I would just recommend that you on your own buy yourself a glucometer and a BP machine.
okay,
Proactiveness. I say I recommend every 18-year-old buy yourself. Anybody who wants to do a gift, say, okay, I want to buy a glucometer because I don't ever want to be diagnosed. So I will check myself from time to time. Or you don't have the money to do that. But try and do it once in a year. If you know you don't have a family history. If you have a family history, please
mm-hmm,
check twice a year. Live right. Live right. Omo, live right is very cheap.
mm-hmm,
Live right means take that soft drink on your table, always on your meal, where you go out, all those processed food. You can turn it around, be in charge. Learn to
okay,
eat healthy. Learn to eat healthy and learn to eat little at a time. They
okay,
call it enjoyment. It's not enjoyment. So that's the only, yeah, is what I will give. And learn to drink water. Water is life. Water is life. And fruits. Learn to chew, not blend. Chew your fruits. Just cut them and chew. The act
okay,
of chewing starts from your digestion, some food starts from your tongue before it gets down. So
okay,
that act of chewing also helps your brain to do some
okay,
work. The dentist will tell you that, a dietitian will tell you that. Learn to chew,
okay,
and you chew fiber and eat. So eating right, there's nothing I can tell you more than that. If you want to learn more,
hmm,
just go to International Diabetes Federation and learn
okay,
more about diabetes, or WHO Global Diabetes Forum.
okay,
They are just a new, yes, there's a global body of people living with, who are trying to do something about diabetes globally under WHO. I also belong
okay,
there. But I know International Diabetes Federation has so much to lecture people on and to empower you. If you want to even become a diabetes advocate, you can also learn there and become an advocate. And then you meet so
Okay.
many of us. Or if you still
Oh,
want to learn, join the support group, you can come to a diabetic association, a Nigeria Bagada branch. We have them in the 36 states of Nigeria, including FCT. So you can just go to any of the general hospital, and or just type the Diabetic Association of Nigeria. Or if you are abroad, anywhere you have and the association, be part of it. Go and learn how to prevent, how to manage, how to treat living with diabetes. If you have any questions, you're not satisfied, feel free to call my line. I'm there.
oh yeah. I was going to talk about that. Just a quick one. If you have any question that you would like to ask our wonderful guest, please put that in the comment section. If you would like to have private talk with Lion Chima, you are just a messenger away. Just slide into my messenger, and I will get you connected to Lion Chima. Lion Chima, and you can as well, follow her on Facebook. You
Like
can easily reach out to her.
Osarenkhoe Chima, don't forget that part. Osarenkhoe Chima. I'm a
Oh
proud
yeah.
Benin girl. Very proud Benin girl.
Well, I know they carry last.
Babe.
Oh, okay. It's been a wonderful time with you. So, but I would still like to ask, your personality is quite contagious. It's not, you are not even behaving like a person living with diabetes. So, how do you stay motivated, you know, and positive while living with this health challenge? Are there things that motivate you? How do you stay motivated? You have never gone insane. You don't you don't transfer aggression to people as a result of your health. Or
Yeah.
if you experience that, I would like you to share that so that people, it may be someone listening to us who has a person living with diabetes will know that maybe when this person is acting like this is because of his or her diabetes. But if such thing is not in existence, can you please tell us how you stay motivated?
So let me tell you the secret. My
Oh,
father. My father died at 112 and
oh,
official age 92. And he had me at his old age. But my father had diabetes all my life.
oh
So
yeah.
when I remember my father, and he lived and without wearing glasses, he didn't
Glasses.
have,
Oh,
yes, he didn't have complication, but he never had the complication we are having now. So, and I loved my dad. I was his last
mm,
born, last of
oh,
10 children. So I
oh,
wanted to
oh
live,
yeah.
yes. I think my father can live old with diabetes.
Oh
I
yeah.
can do better. He didn't have the modernization we have. So I now
Okay.
said I want to live my father's life. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember then he exercised every day. I remember then
Okay.
he ate fruits. He ate fruits every day. He ate
Okay.
eba every day.
Oh yeah.
Eba no gbolo soup. But he ate a lot of
Uh-huh.
plantain. But he was
Okay.
not eating processed food. All this
Okay.
bread, no. So he ate
Okay.
all what we were eating. But he ate fruits every day. Because I met my father as an old man. I was the
Mm,
last of his children, and he had me at his old age. So I now started
okay.
thinking, if my dad lived like this, and so I can live, I can do that. So I started living the way my father was living. So
Okay.
that is also the truth about living with diabetes and having it under control. Exercise, eat the right portion. He does not eat too big. My father eat little, even though he was old already, so he didn't even
Okay.
have appetite for food. But he ate decently. So I wanted to relive his life. So that's what keeps, and I want to
Okay.
be there for my daughters. I want to be, since I'm a face of diabetes, I always want to find, I love research. So I kept using my
Okay.
body to research the new thing that I just believe that this thing there's something that we can do about it. There's
Oh yeah.
something we are not doing right. So it energized me. to want to find out the new thing. And every day is a new music. Every day is a
Oh yeah.
positive one. So as I exercise and I see when I exercise, my sugar is under control, I'm happy again. And I say eat fruit, I'm happy again. And there are so many wonderful people who have been motivating me.
Mm.
Like one lady that I know, Dr. Nkiru, she lives with type 1. And
Mm.
that lady is inspirational. And I met somebody like you too. A very young,
Oh,
pretty lady who is so, in fact, I call you a encyclopedia of knowledge. You are a bundle of knowledge.
yeah.
And
Why
and I
need?
see these are people. So when you don't know that, I learn from you. You guys inspire. We inspire each other. So
Oh
when
yeah.
I see people living with this, I'm inspired to live another day. It gives me strength. I know that so many people are looking onto me to find out
Mm-hmm.
the secrets, to find out. So I keep pushing myself, and I thank God the pushing is positive, and I
Okay.
thank God for WHO and IDF that gave us the voice.
Oh
So
yeah.
that voice, I now found out so much, and they supported us. They give us support teaching.
Okay.
Stakeholders across Nigeria too, they teach us. And there's one other thing too. I had this support team from stakeholders who always taught us about diabetes. They teach
Okay.
us exercise. They teach us the latest. Dietitians teach us. They're not separate with their knowledge. They'll tell you
Okay.
eat this. You can become well. All those
Okay.
information put together is my energy. So I'm not going to die tomorrow of pancreatic cancer. No, because that was my scare when I was diagnosed. Because then people were dying of pancreatic cancer. People would just die of one cancer, not knowing that they were using the kind of drugs the way it was being used for them was what was causing it. So now I'm not going to die of it. Nobody are in my watch. So you eat,
Okay.
exercise, take the right drug that you're supposed to take supplements. And
Mm.
that's the energy, man. That's
Oh
what's
yeah.
keeping me. I'm bubbling. I'm going to live 120 years by God's grace.
I know that. I know that. I know that. It's been a wonderful time with you. You know, like I said, your energy is active. You have a very big and active energy. So can you tell us what it looks like to live with diabetes in Nigeria? Just narrow it down to this country where we find ourselves. Is it hard? Is it annoying? Is it complicated to live with diabetes in Nigeria? Let's just
I'll just call it, I will use one word:
frustrate it.
frustrate,
Okay.
frustrated. Our drugs are not there. We are paying from our pocket. In 2024, we are
Oh,
still paying from our pocket when the rest of the world are using universal health coverage.
health coverage.
You go,
Okay.
yes. Why? I cannot afford my insulin. I cannot afford I cannot, that's me who can afford though. Now it's frustrating. The government does not think of us. Nothing. So everything you are doing it yourself is frustrating. And you are seeing people's limb being amputated just because they could not manage themselves alone. The government does not care. And people are
Mm,
dying every day. Women are losing their babies because of gestational. Why? In 21st century. So it's frustrating. Simply put,
mm,
frustrating. The rest of the world
mm.
has moved on.
Oh
But
yeah.
good news is we have come together now. We have come together to take charge. We're not waiting for the government.
Mm-hmm.
So we are taking charge of our life. That's what you are doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what our
Mm-hmm.
endocrinologists are doing. And that's what a lot of others, NGO and society are doing to create awareness, to come together. That's what WHO is doing, helping us to do. And that's what IDF is helping us to do, to change
Yeah.
that narrative, negative narrative. That
Mm-hmm.
frustration, we are taking it to become blessing. We will shock the government. We are shocking
Yeah.
the government.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
what do you want to change? What if, as a person living with diabetes, I know you may have, answered few of that question, but let me just still ask this question so that we'll know maybe we may have one or two persons online that would they have one or two things to do. uh, they would like to partner with you or with us to change certain things uh, in Nigeria for people living with diabetes. So what do you want to change to make the life of a person living with diabetes better, especially in Nigeria? Just bring it down home, because I know that
Huh.
uh, so many persons are living with diabetes in Nigeria. If
So
you have your way,
many
what
of
would you
us.
like to change? Oh, yeah,
Not if I have my way. I'm changing that already.
I
I'm
see.
changing that already.
I know you.
Person living with diabetes, the government should get involved.
Okay.
Private sector should get involved. That's what I
Yeah.
want to change. Get the
Okay.
government, the private sector, and the people living with the condition to sit on the same table and
Okay.
decide. We need to change the negative narrative around diabetes. We need to
Okay.
budget more to change the policies. That's why
Okay.
I want to sponsor a bill that will change the policy concerning living with diabetes to ensure that people living with the condition have a health care that is provided for them. They can have access to health care no matter where they are. And then people who are living with the condition are not discriminated against in their offices. We have a policy that protects people living with the condition.
Okay.
Marriages and people are not stigmatized. There should be a policy
Okay.
that prevents that. The way they have it in HIV, there should be a policy for people living with NCD or diabetes. So
Okay.
I want to see that come to light in my time. I want to sponsor
Mm.
that and change that. And also we want that everything that people who are living with diabetes pay little or nothing
Oh,
for
yeah.
their medication, for their insulin, for their point of care machines. And then
Mm-hmm.
also schools in curricular activity is made to come back into our school, to come into schools. I will want to
Okay.
sponsor. I want to see that happen on my watch too. That schools now
Mm-hmm.
activity like exercise, sporting activities are back to school.
Oh,
You
yeah.
understand? So exercise will help
Yes.
to drive down all these excesses, obesity, and also food. Parents are
Mm-hmm.
involved. Sponsor to the extent that parents or Nigerians look at the meal they want to eat first before they put it in their mouth. I
Okay.
will want to
Okay.
see that anybody that is thinking of what they eat, I must have influenced that. That
Mm.
I must eat right is in every Nigerian, whether you are in the north, south, east, west, whether I'm inside this Mbise. Before you
Mm-hmm.
eat, you know that you are eating the right thing. You are eating because you want to eat for your health.
Yeah.
That's what I want to change.
Oh, that's
And
that's
everywhere
that's
people can exercise freely and not be at risk. Government
yeah.
should get involved by changing the infrastructures around us to accommodate us exercising, taking a walk. Because our roads, you can't walk. So I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
sponsor the government policy changing that SSA, make it part of this government will make it part of it as their goal to make
Mm.
sure that we change our roads to accommodate people walking or driving or riding a bicycle, or you want to be at the park, you want to be
Okay.
in a garden, a community like this, they should have a football pitch where people can go and play
Okay.
football and exercise. Yes. I will want that to also be.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
That's
That's a
what I want
powerful
to
one.
do. Mm.
That's a powerful one, very powerful one. Okay, we are almost coming to the end of this episode. Like I said earlier, if you are watching us live and you have any concern, any question, any comments that you would like our guest Lion Chima to address, or any confusion you have had in the past about diabetes, please feel free to put that in the comment section. I strongly believe that it will be attended to. Like I said earlier, also you can at all times reach Lion Chima. She's very accessible. You know, if you want her WhatsApp number, I can easily do that. With I know if she asks me to do that. So Lion
Oh,
Shima,
please do. Feel free. Feel
oh
free.
yeah, thank you so much, ma. Okay,
Mm.
so while you were talking, you mentioned type 1, type 2 diabetes, gestational diabetes. So how can we prevent young people? Because I've come to understand that young people are also living with diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes. So how can we prevent the younger generation from coming down with type 2 diabetes? What are the things that we
Mm.
can do, you know?
Lifestyle modification, darling.
Oh
Lifestyle
yeah.
modification. Parents need to be involved. Our youths need to take their life in their hands.
Oh
The
yeah.
consumption of alcohol, the lifestyle needs to change.
Mm.
Smoking. In sedentary life, you just sit in front of the computer and you're there is not healthy. So we need to
Oh
change
yeah.
our lifestyle. So, and
Okay.
then taking, like I said, school advocacy, taking awareness, creating awareness in school that people should eat right, people should exercise. School should make it a priority. Government should make it their duty to implement and get everybody to agree to that. That's why I'm saying
Mm.
if government make it a policy, everybody will comply. So
Oh yeah.
when schools start teaching them from schools, because our children must go to school, teach them
Of
from
course.
school that look, eat right, eat this portion, eat this way. This is when you should stop eating. Exercise from now to now. Look at the meaning of intermittent fasting. See what it does to your body. It helps your body to heal. Drink a lot of water. Eat fruits. When a child sees that he's not breaking down, coming down with malaria, he's not breaking, not
Mm.
falling ill, and he's seeing results, he's feeling strong and feeling beautiful. Of course, it becomes a way of life.
Oh
So
yeah. I agree.
that is how I know we can prevent it. And then a child that's growing
Okay.
up knows that I don't need to depend on eating this thing they call the noodles. Oh my, it's so on to me so unhealthy. Or taking a
Mm.
bottle. Oh, I'm so hungry. Just go take a bottle of soda. Blah, 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 blah. No, that's wrong. Take an apple. Take watermelon. Take pawpaw. Eat if you cannot. If you don't want to eat food now, and drink water. Hydrate.
Okay.
Just keep
Yeah.
hydrated. You're hungry. You can't eat food now. Drink water. No
Mm.
mineral. Drink water. Or
Okay.
get an apple and eat. Drink water. Or take granite. Eat. We are so blessed in this part of the
That's
world anyway. We
oh
have so
yeah.
much
Oh
to eat.
yeah.
So much
You're right.
organic and very good food to eat. So people should learn to eat instead of going to take. And if you must make those snacks that is processed food, fill them with vegetable.
Okay.
People think that eating those things is you make it small, small. They take it like this, and then you have more protein inside. You
Mm.
understand? Balance it.
Oh yeah.
You understand? So
Yes.
that's what for the youth are coming up. So they are living with type 2. We are seeing 5-year-old. So most of them are obese children. Most of
Mm.
them are obese children we are seeing coming down with type 2. And that's,
Mm.
I think, from the research, if you go read more about it, obesity, you will see that a child that is obese is most likely to
So.
come down with type 2 or any health condition. So why is
Oh
a child
yeah.
obese? It has from,
Mm-hmm.
besides the child has a hormonal imbalance, that can also cause a child to be fat. Or
Okay.
if eating any of those sugar makes a child fat. Let me tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Science is
That's
there to
correct.
prove it. I'm not a scientist, but I've read it. And I make those changes in my children's life. And I can see the difference. I wish there was a we had the opportunity. I would have showed you my models, my daughters. They are models. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Oh yeah. I
Uh-huh.
know. I know. I know that, right? I know some
they,
hunters are
My girls
listening.
are karate.
Oh yeah.
They participate in karate and they do
Mm.
well. So every child should have something they love doing. If it's even, you must work out. Children, we should cooperate it, not just locking them up in the house like we are doing. In my time, we used to trek a lot.
Oh
Growing up,
yeah.
yeah, we used to walk to school. We used to walk and play in the compound. But these days,
Mm. Mm.
sedentary life is not a blessing, it's a curse.
That's
It's not a
all.
blessing. So
Yeah.
Parents or youth should please minimize sedentary life. Exercise should be part of your daily life.
Okay.
Exercise, continuous movement of the body.
The
You can take
body,
dancing
yeah.
as a hobby. Take dancing as a
Okay.
hobby and start dancing. Check
Okay.
all those dancers and see them. Most of them are slim.
Mm.
Those who are not slim are very healthy, even though they are fat, they are
Healthy,
big.
yeah.
They are healthy.
Healthy,
So,
yeah.
but take out drugs, take out alcohol, drink water, eat fruits.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's very powerful. Okay, so having lived with diabetes for almost 26 years, are you afraid of diabetes complication? I know diabetes has a lot of
Um,
complications. Are you
yeah.
afraid of experiencing one?
It was when I was not this aware that I was afraid. Like I mentioned pancreatic cancer because I was
Mm.
seeing most of our elderly, they were just dying of pancreatic cancer. And that scared me,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them amputation. Of course, that scared me.
Oh,
So that's what
oh yeah.
made me to start creating awareness. But since I now found that I know so much that your diabetes management and care is in your hand.
Okay.
I'm no longer afraid.
Oh,
I have
powerful.
overcome that fear, and I met
Mm.
these wonderful Americans, this podiatrist, Dr. Gulana, who
Okay.
empowered me with a lot of therapeutic treatment.
Okay.
All those discomfort I was having in my leg, because I was having neuropathy. Neuropathy
Okay.
is a complication of diabetes. You have discomfort on your lower limb. My nerves were getting damaged with the inconsistent glucose that was going up, uncontrolled or managed sugar that was going up and down. So, but with me having control and wearing the compression stockings, I learned how to wear the right shoes, how to massage my feet and give my feet loving, tender caring. Those pains
Mm-hmm.
and discomforts are gone and
Okay.
well managed. So you have to
Oh,
care for your
powerful.
feet. It's very important. Wear the
Yeah.
right shoes. You don't wear what people think you should wear. You wear what is
Of
comfortable
course.
for your feet.
For you.
So sneakers, the right
Abs-
sneakers that can carry your
Absolutely.
weight, that can be comfortable, a size bigger. A size bigger. Don't wear tight fitting shoes. I wear what is
Okay. Okay.
comfortable for me. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's since then my complications I'm no longer afraid of because I know I'm not going to have complications. And I'm
Oh
mindful
yeah.
of any my doctor wants to give me a drug, I first of all read about it. And I ask
Okay.
questions. You don't just take, you ask questions. Learn to
Mm-hmm.
communicate with your doctor, not fight your doctor.
Okay.
Communicate with your doctor. Yeah. If he's not listening, you need to find a way to communicate. Or you have a support group. In your support group,
Okay.
you discuss it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not afraid. People in my support
Oh,
group are not afraid. Yeah.
that's
We are
that's
trained to be
that's
bold.
powerful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Mhm. It's been a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful
Thank you.
time,
My pleasure.
And I also know that anyone listening today who has a diabetes or you have a parent, a friend, you can see today that from
It's not a scare. It's not a scare.
oh yeah, from the mouth of Lionel Chima, you can see that it is no longer a big deal to live with diabetes. You can actually live the number of years you want. So I also know that diabetes is no longer the sickness of the it's not even it's no longer what we assume to be the sickness of the rich and the old people. We know that young people, a year old, even some months old child, teenagers, preteen,
Type 1.
young
Yeah.
adults are all experiencing diabetes. So it's like when somebody is diagnosed of cancer, HIV, they go through a phase of living a normal life into
Yeah.
a new phase of living with such health challenge,
Living.
and
Yeah.
it can be draining, it can be overwhelming. So maybe someone listening to this broadcast today or who will listen to it later who is just newly diagnosed, what advice would you give to such a person?
I would say calm down, take a deep
Oh yeah.
breath, breathe in, breathe out.
Oh yeah.
In, do it 5 times. How do you feel? You feel
Oh
okay?
yeah.
Fine, that is
Mm-hmm.
it. You're going to be fine. You're not alone.
Okay.
Know that you are not alone. Know that it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be okay. You may be overwhelming
Okay.
right now. It's okay. Just take a deep breath. Step by step, we'll overcome it. Just listen to your doctor. Find out. You have to first of all accept that your condition you are now faced with, you can overcome it. So what you
Okay.
need to do, modify your lifestyle to
Mm.
accommodate your new lifestyle, eating well, exercise, rest, drink water, eat fruits, just and learn to read. Okay? That is just what I'll tell you. Then find a support group because you can't do this
Okay.
alone. You can. I
Oh,
didn't do it
oh
alone.
yeah.
I didn't get here alone. I had support team. The support group was a great help to me. Okay,
Oh
so you
yeah.
can't do it alone. Okay, if you cannot join the support group, but find a friend. You found me already. If you're listening to this,
Mm.
you found me. You found Chimezie. So we are
Oh
a team.
yeah.
We got your back. So that's what I'll tell
Oh.
you. You don't get overwhelmed. Don't get stressed out. Okay? If you are living with diabetes, shouldn't show on your face. If that means that you're not taking your drugs right or you are not being managed well. Diabetes cannot show on your face. It is when you are poorly managed or you're not doing the right thing, you're not listening to your doctor, your dietitian, or
Mm.
you are living in denial. It's not a spiritual attack. Okay?
At all.
No. And then get
Okay.
yourself a glucometer. A glucometer
Oh
and
yeah.
a BP machine. Self care is number one.
Mm-hmm. Self-care. Oh yes. I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, I can see in the chat from Gloria Ezogo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I murdered that name. She is asking how can she join your support group?
You can call
Okay.
me if you don't mind. You can put the number out there for them. It's out there anyway. You can put the number out there. So, and
Okay.
I would, you can join from any part of the world. Our support group is open to everybody in the world. I have two support group, in fact, three. I have the TDS
Okay.
support group, which is the convener is my friend who is living with type 1, Dr. Ikiro. That's another great
Okay.
support group. And I have Diabetic Association support group, which is also I'm the convener. Then my other convener, which is Diabetes and Limb Salvage support group.
Okay.
So that you join our team to go out to advocate, to go out to reach people, to do community screening, to communicate to people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are three support. We can post the number for you guys for you to
Okay.
reach me when you want to. That's also my
Okay.
WhatsApp number, so you can send me a WhatsApp message.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just put your Facebook handle or profile in the comment section. So, ma, you are free to post your number so that I can put it in the chat for people to
Okay.
call you after now. All right. You can call it.
If you call me, you can't get me. Know that my village network is after. Don't
Please.
worry, by
Okay.
Monday I will be in Lagos, so you can
Okay,
reach
please.
me.
All
So,
right, but
should you want me to
just go
call the
ahead and
number
call the
now?
number. Oh yes, ma'am.
Zero eight
Yes.
zero zero eight
Okay.
zero two
Yes,
three
ma'am.
one three
Two
six
three one. Okay.
one
361
48
361
48.
48.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I think anyone can get it. And if you still want to reach her, you can as well come to my messenger. And okay, she has your number now. That's good. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, we have come to the end of this wonderful diabetes talk with your beautiful Chimezie. You know, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank
And I
you.
know we are going to do this some other time. We're on a
No
different topic or
problem.
still on diabetes. Yeah,
No
I
problem.
would like to have you
No
back.
problem.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. I know you made a
You're
lot of
welcome.
sacrifice. You made a lot of sacrifice to be on the live streaming today.
I
Transporting,
apologize
taking your
again.
lap. Oh, that's okay, man. That's okay. And I also, for the sake of what we have been doing, um, yeah, just like Lion Chima said, we are here for you, and they want to support anyone going through this route. If you are just new in this journey, it is not a death sentence. You're not alone. We got your back. Oh yeah, you
And
can
this
see
you
her
can
bangles
also wear
there.
our blue
Yeah.
circle band, and our
Oh
ring,
yeah.
our diabetes ring. Yeah. Anybody, we
Uh,
can use that also to support us. You wear
oh
it,
yes.
you are supporting anybody living with diabetes.
I know that many people living with this health challenge. You made mention of glucometer, BP apparatus. Yeah, it can be quite challenging for people newly diagnosed or people living with it, especially in this part of the country where we everything we do is out of pockets. You get your insulin is out of your pocket. You get your lancet, your lancing device. You
Everything.
get your medications, almost all different types of medication we take. Everything is out of pocket. I know it can be quite draining and financially draining. So, in the spirit of this great episode we just had today, I will select, or even Lion Chima will also help me to select anyone that needs fine test glucometer. I can give that fine test glucometer since I have another glucometer. Anyone that really needs it, our organization, the Goodly Heritage Initiative, would like to donate that to anyone who would like to have that. We don't have the strip, but you can easily get the strips in the markets, like the pharmacy, or anywhere around the country. So we would like to support anyone living with such a health challenge with one glucometer. Just to tell you that we have got you. We are here for
Your
you.
back.
You're not. Oh yeah, you're not alone. So once again, ma'am, I appreciate from whatever that I represent. I appreciate. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
You
you,
are
thank you so
amazing.
much
I'm
for.
proud of you. Super
Oh,
proud of
thank you,
you.
thank you, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking out your time to, depriving you of the fun in the village.
It's
So
cool.
I
It's
appreciate.
cool.
I appreciate. Thank you so much for
You're
joining us today.
welcome, darling.
Oh yeah, and like I said earlier, if you want to reach Lion Chima, feel free to give me a message. You can also reach her on her WhatsApp. She is
Some
there.
people have already started reaching.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So she's there. She has her Instagram, the Twitter, the LinkedIn. Uh, you can call her. She's a free soul. She's a free
Thank
soul.
you.
So please reach out to her. I'm telling you, if you reach out to her, you will never regret it. She has the whole motivation to. So, and stay glued on my profile or that of Lion Chima. I tell you, you will not regret coming in contact with us. We have got to, you know, yeah, we
Thank you.
can do much and everything within our reach to support everyone through this journey. Yeah. So once again, on behalf of my organization, Goodly Heritage Initiative, and anyone who has been with me on this journey, who has made my vision to see the light of the day, I want to sincerely thank you for your time, for sharing your journey with diabetes with us, and also encouraging people out there living with diabetes. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. We
God bless
appreciate.
you.
We appreciate.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you, everyone.
Oh yeah.
Nice
Oh
having you
yeah.
all.
All
God
right. So
bless
we're
you.
gonna. Oh yeah. Thank you. So we will meet. Not. We are not going to take time to meet again. And I tell you, stay on this profile. The next episode we are going to have, you will have also a wonderful person that I don't think you will like to miss that episode as well. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone who has joined us today. We really appreciate. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. We are all right. Bye bye.
Bye.